How's it going, everyone? I am the Shaz here going over the next event on the Love Live All-Stars global server. This time with card analysis for the next event happening starting in the second full week of July. We're roughly 3 weeks away from the calendar sync between the JP and global servers, so if you guys would prefer seeing these types of videos over an instant analysis clipped from my Twitch streams, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Alright, so the next event is the Night Sky Exchange event, with free event UR Kasumi, free event SRs Mijuku Dreamer Chika and Nijiro Heart Rina, event Gacha SR Angelic Angel Nozomi, and event Gacha URs Rin and Riko. Before I cover the next section, I want to quickly touch on the SRs, all of which are average at best. Mijuku Dreamer Chika is a weakish Smile Attribute Voltage type. Nijiro Heart Rina is an elegant attribute SK type stamina healer who heals based off of her technique, her best stat, and Angelic Angel Nozo is a pure attribute guard type stamina shielder. Before we go over the URs, I need to go over the big changes for this event, and yes, there are several. The first is a change to the voltage rankings for exchange events, and this, I feel, is for the better. The change is actually a decrease in the number of plays that count towards your voltage ranking scores, as it decreases down from 5 to 3. This makes voltage ranking a heck of a lot easier for those people who normally don't really bother doing them, and if you've been one of those people, that attitude will most likely change starting with this event. The reason for this? The rewards for the voltage ranking leaderboard have been completely overhauled. Gone are the days of only getting a couple of insight pins and a whole bunch of bragging rights for finishing high in voltage rankings for IDEX. Starting with this event, if you're one of the Omega Whales and you end up in first place, your prize consists of 10 high memory tickets, a whopping 150 radiance, 400 skip tickets, and 8 insight pins. If you finish a little lower, say inside the top 500, the rewards drop down to 6 high memory tickets, 50 radiance, 120 skip tickets, and 6 insight pins. Go down a bit lower into the top 6k, and you'll receive 3 high memory tickets, 40 radiance, 90 skip tickets, and 4 insight pins. Once you drop out of the top 6k, the high memory tickets are no longer part of the rewards, though you do still get radiance, skip tickets, and insight pins. Finish outside of the top 10k, and you will only receive 1 insight pin. This will be a nice competitive gauge of your team building skills going forward, but this time around, all of the songs for this particular voltage ranking are Advanced Plus or Expert difficulty songs, as the song list comprises of Zensoku Dreamer, Mirai no Bokura wa Shiteru yo, and Aozora Jumping Heart. If for some reason you can't clear the Advanced Plus versions yet, you technically still could do the regular lives or story versions of the song, though know that it will be much easier for you to get bumped out of the ranking range you're looking at. Oh, and the maximum voltage per tap on Advanced Plus difficulty songs is increasing as well, which may very well alter team compositions at the very top of this particular Volran meta. Now that we're done going over the changes, let's start the card analysis with the free event UR, Night Sky Kasumi, her 7th UR overall that enters as a cool attribute SK type. Assuming you play enough to get her second copy, Kasumi starts with 5622 base appeal, 3071 base stamina, and 8495 base technique, good for a roughly 40% crit rate. Her tap active provides a 6.6% appeal increase for all other cool cards for the next 5 notes at skill level 3. Her passive is decent, giving an appeal buff to all other cool cards by 3.9% at skill level 4. Her LSA is very weak, buffing the voltage gain for crit notes by 10% during the entire appeal chance, though this LSA only affects this Kasumi card. This card will have decent usage from budget and free-to-play players, as it has a pretty decent strength level for a free card. Meta players will likely only get this card for Kasumi bond levels, as there are better backline cards than this one to help buff your cool attribute cards. Meta rating, 3 out of 10, non-meta rating, 7 out of 10. The first of the event gacha UR we'll go over is Night Sky Riko, her 9th UR overall that arrives as a pure attribute voltage type. At Limit Break 0, Riko starts with 7478 base appeal, 4924 base stamina, and 5836 base technique. Her tap active increases voltage gain of all cards by 5.6% for the next 5 notes at skill level 3. Her passive Like Kasumi, is also a same attribute appeal buff, boosting appeal of all other pure cards by 4.6% at skill level 3. Her LSA, also like Kasumi's, is pretty darn weak, as it buffs voltage gain by 15% during every appeal chance, but again, only for this Rico card. Well, with this card, the pure attribute voltage type Aqua second year's composition is complete, though it's not really as good as meta players would have hoped. None of the cards, this Rico, First Vesio, or First Ves Chica, have any way to break the hard voltage tap cap of 61k per note, which severely limits the viability of this strategy outside of Advanced Plus difficulty songs, where the tap cap is going up to 250k. While this card is good, it is still a bit weaker than the recent Dreamy Kids Land Reno we just got, so if you end up with both of those cards, I'd still prefer putting Radiance or School Idol Wishes into Rena. Meta ranking 8 out of 10, with possible 9.5 out of 10 upside in Advanced Plus songs with Chica and Yo. Non-meta rating 9 out of 10. The second card in the event gacha is Knight Skydeen, her 9th UR overall, which enters as an elegant attribute guard type. This is her first elegant attribute UR, by the way. At Limit Break 0, Lean starts with 5654 base appeal, 6201 base stamina, and 6384 base technique, starting her with a roughly 34% crit rate. Her tap active is the Stamina Shield, adding 26% of her stamina as a shield at skill level 3. Her passive is slightly out of place, providing a 2.6% appeal buff to all cards at skill level 3. Her LSA is decent, restoring 8.5% of this card's technique as a stamina heal every time you clear an appeal chance. This card is truly an anomaly, as this Lean at max limit break is the first card in the game that I've seen with base stats all in the 5 digits. The biggest issue that I have with this card is that, well, all of her abilities are based on something different. Her tap active is based off of her stamina, her passive gives an appeal boost, and her LSA is based off of her technique while providing a stamina heal. Cards in this game tend to work best when they're all geared towards one thing, whether it be appeal buffing, stamina increases, technique boosting, SP gauge filling, etc. This card, to me, is our best example in this game of Jack of all trades, Master of none. Meta ranking 5 out of 10, non-meta ranking 7.5 out of 10. As a bonus, right as I was finishing up this video, we got word on the newest party banner, featuring Setsuna and Mijuku Dreamer Mari, who is a cool attribute SK type that's decent, but not anything game-breaking out of the SR slot. The biggest positive she gets from me is that she's bowling, and as a bowler myself, I approve, though I still love Ellie's initial UR more. Okay, main event time, which is Jet Black Witch Setsuna, her 7th UR overall, which enters the game as a Smile attribute SK type. At Limit Break 0, Setsuna starts with 9292 base appeal, 4531 base stamina, and 10,015 base technique, good for a roughly 45% crit rate. Her tap active gives an appeal increase for cards in her strategy by 8% for the next 5 notes at skill level 3. Her passive is amazing, giving a 4.6% appeal boost in addition to a 2.15% technique boost to all cards in your formation at skill level 5. Setsuna's LSA is also pretty dang good, giving a 50% chance upon using your SP gauge to increase base appeal of all cards by 5%, though you can only trigger this ability once. This card, for all intents and purposes, should be considered one of the best backline units in the game, right alongside Fez Kanata. A maximum 5.2% appeal increase in addition to a 2.6% technique buff from her passive, her LSA, and 4 insight slots means that for any given song, this card can buff appeal of main scoring units up to a whopping 18.2%. Now, her LSA does require an SP gauge pop, but I'd rather have a coin flip chance upon SP gauge usage versus the 30% chance upon AC starter completion for the same appeal increase from LSAs of cards like Initial Kanon, Magical Time Nozomi, and a few others. Also, K-Lab, Can we freaking calm it down with the meta cards already? For Christ's sake, give the whales a second to breathe. Meta rating, 10 out of 10 backliner. Non-meta rating, 10 out of 10 as well. That will conclude this video going over everything from the Night Sky Exchange event. As always, large amounts of props to Xifrid for helping me with the slides for this video. If you still have questions regarding the voltage ranking or anything else you've seen in the video, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to respond to it when I get the chance. I am the Shaz. Take it easy, be nice to each other, and I will see you all next time.